Hello guys and welcome to another video. In today's video we're gonna explore some sites where the most popular movies here in the US were filmed. It's gonna be an amazing video, don't miss. So guys, stay tuned.
So we will start with one of the most popular movies in recent years, which is John Wick, and I think you've seen this scene in John Wick 2 when John meets Winston and then Winston tells him that he marked him excommunicado because he broke the rules by killing someone at the Continental Hotel, which apparently he should not do that because that stands like a neutral territory. So this is where actually the scene was filmed. So this is called the Bethesda Terrace or the Bethesda Fountain, which is actually a very popular site, and this terrace or place is actually located in the Central Park of New York. As you can see on the map, actually it's not far away from Manhattan, so it's located just here, and here where that scene was filmed. So we're still in New York, but we're gonna head a bit south where I will show you something related to John Wick again, but this time it is the Continental Hotel itself. So this is the Continental Hotel, as you can see, and I'm sure you've seen it so many times in John Wick movie. You've seen John visiting this hotel from time to time, and also you've seen him in John Wick 2 killing the Italian guy Sant'Antonio D'Antinio. So this is actually the hotel, and actually it was really hard for me to find it because Google Maps did not indicate whether it's a hotel or not, and as you can see it's a bit modified, you know, or like amended, and I think that's for movie purposes. But yeah, as you can see, so this is the hotel, and it doesn't look like a hotel actually. So the hotel is located in the lower side of Manhattan, a bit far away from the Central Park. It's located just here between Beaver Street and Pearl Street. I keep heading south where I will pop up at another popular site, and again we are still with John Wick, but this time we are at this bridge. So this is called the Manhattan Bridge, which is actually located at the lower side of Manhattan, as you can see, and it's a very beautiful bridge with good view from there. So this bridge is actually not far away from the Continental Hotel that I showed you before, and it is, as I said, located just at the the lower side of Manhattan. And FYI, there is another, just on the bridge there was another scene was shot, this one, here you can see John Wick was I think you've seen it when he was walking with his dog when his house was burned. Okay, sorry guys, I've been talking a lot about John Wick movie. Let's jump to another popular movie, which I'm sure all of you have seen it, which is The Dark Knight Rises, one of Christopher Nolan's masterpiece. So if you remember in the third part, here in this scene where Bane tried to rob Gotham City Stock Exchange, and also in an attempt to bankrupt Bruce Wayne, and then police came and they tried to capture Bane and save the hostages, but then Bane and his man, as you can see in this scene, managed to run away by holding the hostages, and then they threw them away and they somehow managed to escape from police. So this is the stock exchange here where that scene was filmed. Again, this is in New York. Well, the stock exchange was closed on the day I visited, but as you can see, it's a popular site because there were so many tourists who actually visited this site. Weirdly, this stock exchange happened to be opposite this bank, as you can see here. Well, you cannot see it very well because there is a scaffolding. Well, there where Inside Man was filmed, exactly in that bank, this bank, as you can see here in the movie. And I'm sure you've seen Inside Man. It was a really good movie starring a number of popular actors like Denzel Washington, Cliff Owen, Jodie Foster, William Dafoe, and others. The stock exchange and the bank are actually located again in the lower side of Manhattan. Somewhere here you see House of Morgan, so that's the stock exchange that we've seen in Batman in Dark Knight, and opposite is the bank. Okay, we spend so much time in New York, let's fly to Chicago where we will be discovering other areas where popular movies were filmed. So we are here in the downtown of Chicago, but we're heading south where I will show you something really exciting. I think you've seen this opening scene at The Dark Knight, the second part of Batman, and I think you've seen where the Joker brilliantly robs the bank of Gotham with his man. So this is actually the bank, as you can see. Well, I asked people around, they told me that this is not a bank, it's a post office, but it did not look like a post office for me. Actually, it looked like a bank, like really a big bank. So this bank is, or post office or whatever you call it, is actually located just here in the downtown. As I said, this yellow building, as you can see, between Harrison Street and Canal Street. Okay, let's head a bit south, where you will see another popular site where a lot of movies were actually filmed, and it's actually one of Chicago's most attractive sites.
So we are here in Chicago, in Upper Deck Drive. So this is the area that I told you about. This is where the Transformer, the third part, the Dark Side of the Moon, was filmed. And you've seen that scene when Optimus Prime, was fighting those Decepticons. I think their names. I can't remember really, the movie, because it's been like 10 years since I've seen the movie. But I'm talking about this scene, and he was fighting them here in next to these bridges, and also here the Rampage was filmed as well, starring The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Jeffrey Morgan. So this is the area.
We've spent an amazing time in Chicago. Let's head south to Georgia, where you will see something really amazing, The Walking Dead, my favorite series ever. I really enjoyed watching this series, especially season 6, but in season 1 there was a scene that really caught my attention, as you can see here, when Rick Grimes was riding his horse, in the downtown of Atlanta, when he was looking for his family during the post-apocalypse. Well, actually that scene was filmed here. As you can see, we are here in the east side of Atlanta, and we are on Jackson Street Bridge. So this bridge, or that scene, was actually filmed here, as you can see, as I said, east side. So just here, so here where that scene was filmed. So this is all what we have for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts.